Every day, a kid in West Texas wakes up dreading going to school, not because of homework or a test, but because of a bully. At Alpine Middle School, they're taking a stand against that kind of torment. They're teaching kids it's much better to be kind. Crystal Cruz tells us how they're doing that with a special program. Crystal.
Well, after seeing a few bullies end up in her office, Counselor Zana Moore decided to take action. She created a program called the Kindness Coalition. Kids are taught how bullies work and why, and how to stop them in their tracks. But most importantly, the students make a promise to be kind to each other.
Bullies should really stop, okay, because a lot of people have killed themselves for this, and a lot of people get hurt, and I've seen it before too, and I've been a witness, and I've been a victim.
These Alpine Middle Schoolers are in a boot camp of sorts to battle bullying. Counselor Zana Moore's first lesson, just how hurtful and harmful bullying can be. She asked the kids to crumple up a piece of paper, then asked the students to straighten it out.
Exactly what you did to that paper is what bullying does to a person.
Many of these Alpine Middle Schoolers know all too well how that can feel.
It made me feel upset about myself. It made me feel like I wasn't good enough for them, or for anybody after that.
He said, "Hey, slowpoke, why are you so slow?" And it made me feel really bad.
They just kind of bullied me, called me names.
And that's exactly what Moore wants to stop. She teaches these kids how bullies work. The bottom line, they want attention, and how you react makes all the difference in the world.
It is handling what is happening to you in a mature manner. It's trying to deal with it instead of using the anger and reacting. It's finding a way to take it and turn it around.
To show the kids how to do that, she puts them in the bully's shoes, from name-calling and rumors.
Wet better? Because you wet your bed.
Hey, get out of that seat because my friend was going to sit there.
To threats.
No! Why do you do this to me every day, every day?
To pushing matches. The students learn they can make a joke of it, ignore it, stand their ground, or simply walk away without being a bully back.
If you stick up for yourself and you make it a joke or you fight back but not bad, you can actually make them stop bullying permanently.
They call you a name, just go with it. Make a joke out of it.
It's like a war. The generals of the war try and do different tactics. What you're trying to do is win the war. What they're trying to do is make you angry.
The most surprising lesson may come as a shock. Bullies aren't always bad.
You hear bully and you think evil, you think bad, and that's not always the case. In fact, many times it's not. Many times it's just someone wanting to get the laugh in class, wanting to get the attention in the cafeteria.
Just want to bully somebody back because they have been a victim before.
They're just trying to get revenge, or they're just want attention.
Sometimes they don't do it for a reason. They do it because they want to be cool for their self-esteem.
Once the lesson is over, the kids make a commitment to join the Kindness Coalition.
I promise to do my best to be kind to everyone.
They take an oath and sign a sheet, promising to do 10 acts of kindness and to witness 15 acts of kindness. Each act is represented in these chains. Several are already hanging from the cafeteria ceiling. Their oath is posted on the wall for everyone to see.
I hope that they learn to be more aware of what their actions are, and also so that they can deal with other people, so that the hurt stops.
Well, the students in the Kindness Coalition also learn how to speak up and step in if their classmates are being bullied. And of course, if physical danger is involved, they're told to tell an adult. Once the students reach all of their kindness goals, they're rewarded with a special bracelet. But the most important reward is the feeling they get when the kindness they give to others comes back to them. For some children, going to school can be a real-life nightmare. In recent years, we've heard more and more reports about kids taking their own lives because of a bully. A lot of that bullying is happening online. One West Texas school district is using their own website to turn things around. David Marino shows you how they're reaching out to students who have been bullied in a different way. David.
In this age of Facebook and Twitter, kids are more cyber savvy than ever. At the same time, those very sites have become an outlet for bullying. That's when a light bulb went off for Kermit ISD. They decided to use the online platform for students who need a safe place to turn if they become the target of a bully.
And they like to be online, and they tweet and they Facebook and they do all this other stuff. So we thought we'd go with, this is something that they are comfortable with.
Kermit Junior High counselor Roxanne Espino is talking about this. A simple click on the school district's website and kids or parents can report a bully.
When they report it, we'll keep their name confidential and look into the situation.
The form is simple. It asks what school the student goes to, their name, who the bully is, along with where and how it's happening.
The only way we can address it is if we know what's going on, when it's happening, where it's happening, and this online report form really gives us that information.
For about a month now, kids have been able to report a bully online, and the idea is slowly picking up steam.
I think it's better for kids. That way they don't have to, tell a counselor face-to-face if they're scared.
8th grader Kobe Lujan says these days bullying isn't like it used to be. Instead of doing it face-to-face, many students are playing out their aggression online.
Teasing them, making fun of somebody, what they wear, or oh, you went out with this guy and this other guy, and just name-calling and stuff like that.
Because Facebook and Twitter are so far-reaching, it can have a devastating effect.
I've actually been with some friends when they read it, and they actually, some of them start crying, some of them just get mad, and some of them yell. Sometimes the reactions are pretty bad. Sometimes they just laugh about it. It just depends on what they say.
It's different whenever you're typing something and they're not in front of you. There's no person in front of you. You're typing and you're not seeing how that person is reading what you've typed or what you've said.
Since kids are so comfortable communicating in the online arena, Curriculum Director Donna Price is hoping they'll be just as comfortable reporting a bully online.
It's really important to have a venue for those kids to be able to report what they're experiencing to their parents, to us, so that we can resolve the situation.
Of course, the bigger picture revolves around putting things into perspective for the students.
Treat others as you'd want to be treated. Would you want this happening to you? Would you want your sister being talked about like this? Would you want, your brother being made fun of because he did this or that?
I don't think it's right for people to bully other people. I mean, they do it probably just because they're afraid of getting bullied themselves, or maybe they're mad at home and they take it out on students.
Administrators also encourage students who witness a case of bullying to report it online. If you're a parent or child in the Kermit ISD and want to report a bully, just go to our website, newswest9.com, and click on news links. You'll find the direct link to Kermit ISD's bullying page.
The digital age has brought us many great things. The ability to learn about anything we want, to find better deals, and to keep up with friends and family that are far away.
It's opened up communication worldwide, but when that open communication involves children and teens, it can get ugly.
That's right. Kristen Lowe explores the new frontier of cyberbullying and how local schools are fighting where the kids are actually the experts.
When we were kids, bullies pushed others down and took their lunch money or made fun of them in class. But today, children as young as 9 have cell phones and Facebook accounts and seem to operate them better than most adults, bringing bullying from the playground into cyberspace.
Cyberbullying is becoming more and more of an issue.
Lieutenant Mark Rowden with the ECISD Police says they're seeing more and more bullying situations online.
One person gets on and says hateful things about another.
Or on their cell phones.
They're texting it to, 150 people if they're texting something negative about another student.
School administrators say the problem with cyberbullying is that it's almost impossible to escape, and it escalates faster.
So it can get very serious real quick.
Spencer Thompson is a developmental psychologist at UTPB. He says there's a thin line between teasing and bullying.
Bully is someone who's persistent in labeling you, putting you down. It's that persistence that will have a long-term effect on somebody.
Thompson says the most common responses are avoidance and withdrawal, but in some cases the consequences are suicide, and young teens facing serious charges like harassment, intimidation, and invasion of privacy. It's a reality that's faced right here in West Texas. In October, the FBI was called in to investigate an incident at Permian High, where a Facebook page dedicated to gossiping about students got out of control.
Basically, anybody was fair game.
Parts of the investigation are still ongoing, but no criminal charges were filed because there weren't any threats made.
What it came down to was name calling. These things blow up instantly. They snowball on them, and they're not able to control it. It can become threats. They can become harassment.
During the last legislative session, Congress changed the wording on bullying laws, making them more detailed and easier to prosecute.
We have a very close relationship with our prosecutors. They're able to prosecute things that we're not aware of.
For Rowden, it's a new way of policing. And for school administrators, it's a new way of figuring out how to educate kids in a world where they're the experts.
What about cyberbullying? What do we do about this?
That's why Enriquez has been meeting with students as young as 4th grade, helping them understand cyberbullying, the way it affects others, and the consequences. Rowden says the most important thing is that parents are checking their children's phones and Facebook accounts.
We want our children to have their rights and have their freedoms, but they are still our children, and we still have a responsibility to protect them.
What's a predator? What's a predator?
It's a far cry from the days of hopscotch and schoolyard basketball.
But today's conversations are not yesterday's conversations.
But school officials say they're ready to take on the issue in order to protect our children. In Odessa, Kristen Lowe, News West 9.
Bullying is a growing problem nationwide. Sadly, more cases are ending tragically.
That's why school districts are adopting a zero-tolerance policy when it comes to bullying on their campuses. That includes districts in the Permian Basin.
Well, as Victor Lopez tells you, the campaign against bullying in Ector County is being led by district police, but they're also getting help from older students.
Crystal David, ECISD police say they're putting their foot down when it comes to bullying on any one of their campuses. They are even going from school to school, teaching kids and parent groups what to look for and how to report it. What's more encouraging is a group of high school students is helping out in their own way. They're teaching the little ones bullying just isn't right.
Hey, you loser, where's my lunch money? I don't have any today. It's a dang lie.
This and scenes like it play themselves out on school campuses across the country every day. It would be hard to find one that's immune even here in West Texas. But ECISD has a policy in place that makes it known bullying will not be tolerated, period. All victims have to do is find an authority figure and say, "Excuse me, I have a safety problem."
We train with all the teachers, all the VIPs, all the substitute teachers that come in every year. If someone continues to bully, and as soon as we become aware of it, we're going to intervene. And by we, I mean the school district, the administrator, the counselor, and if it rises to the level of being criminal, the school police department.
Master Sergeant Leslie Alexander takes this PowerPoint presentation from campus to campus in the hopes that something will strike home with the children and get them comfortable enough to whether either they're reporting being bullied themselves or report it when they see it happening to others.
These kids think it is not cool to be a snitch. You don't want to be a narc. You don't want that label. But we're trying to teach them, you're not being a snitch. This is being a good citizen. If you allow this behavior to happen at your campus, and you know about it, and you don't tell anyone, then it is your fault that this is going on at your campus.
If the word from authorities isn't enough, the Odessa High School Student Council has taken it upon themselves to help spread the word, stand up, and speak out.
I didn't make any new girlfriends or friends, but I did get hit at school today.
What the heck did I tell you about not wearing your football helmet? You know that's dangerous.
It wasn't at football practice.
Son, you need to get your head screwed on and put your helmet on at practice.
Y'all will never understand.
For some of the actors in the skit, the subject matter hits a little too close to home.
Whenever I was younger in elementary, sometimes some kids would pick on me just because, you know, maybe I've always been a tall kid, and sometimes they would, you know, hey, look at that giant, you're too tall, or, you know, just little taunting, you know, but sometimes the little stuff can be a big problem.
I was always kind of like the kid with the good grades, and so some of the kids would be like, oh, let me copy off of your test, or let me, you know, copy your homework, and So it kind of felt like I had to, or else they wouldn't talk to me and stuff.
Having been victims of bullying themselves, these high school students are staunch advocates of victims' rights, enforcing the idea of stand up and speak out.
You need to just speak up and not be afraid, you know, tell someone and tell a teacher, tell a parent or something, you know.
They have someone to go to, even, let's say it's not their parent that they can go to. They can come to us, older kids, and maybe we can help them.
The group did their homework, from interviewing bullying victims to actual research. They wanted to make sure what they were portraying was true and factual. Their research found most bullying issues can be traced back to the home and a lack of parental attention.
Parents don't really understand sometimes what we're going through, and that's what the play is about. Like, it's not just bullying, it's us. Like, the parents need to be, you know, involved. They need to be involved. They need to know, even if they have a busy life, they should have some time to, you know, sit down with their kids and talk about it, because you never know, it could end bad.
The main message at ECISD is clear. It's never okay to be a bully, and it's never okay for victims to be quiet about it. And it goes out to students and parents alike.
I hate to see children tormented. If I didn't love children, I certainly wouldn't be doing this job. You have to be a parent, and you have to know what your children are up to, and you need to be involved before it's too late or something bad happens.
Both the ECISD Police and the OHS Student Council will go out to any school campus in the district that requests their presentations. They say it's through educating both kids and parents that bullying may someday become a thing of the past. In the studio, Victor Lopez, News West 9.